Welcome back to everyone, it's Jose, hold on, and we were back and better than ever for another video, and today we're talking about things that people love that I absolutely hate. I don't know why this idea was just clicking in my brain today as my internal monologue was doing its internal monologue thing. Sometimes I just be talking in my head like a madman. Either way, I have a little list here we're going to talk about it because these are some things that I guess in some sense I can understand how someone could like it. I personally despise them, hate them, they disgust me, I want them all to burn. No, I'm kidding, not to burn, but nonetheless, let's hop into it. I want to start particularly crazy from this transition. Burn them to the Girl Scout cookies. Listen, I cannot stand the Girl Scouts, and I get it. I'm beefing with children, and I'm beefing with a cookie company. I don't know what to tell you, but the idea that I can just walk into the store, right, and I'm getting harassed to buy these cookies, which, mind you, they're okay. I think the only reason people are really adamant about Girl Scout cookies is because they're limited. You can't get them 24/7 like an Oreo or a Chips Ahoy or a soft baked cookie. When I think of cookies, I would not even put a Girl Scout cookie in my top 20. Like, there's so many other things that I would rather have. Now, if somebody offered me a Girl Scout cookie, I'm gonna eat it because I'm a cookie guy, and I'm sure you could probably tell. But I hate being harassed. Once again, these are children. But I hate being asked and questioned to buy things by anybody, whether it's a kid, adult, an alien, or a chupacabra. I have beef with everything asking me to purchase something. Let me come to the conclusion myself. I don't need you to tell me I need to buy this. Oh, they're only $20 a box. $20 a box, bro? In this economy, I'm putting $20 on cookies? $1.99 at best. I'm handing you a $20 bill, and you want me to buy, what, 2 to 3 boxes? No. Not today, bro. Not in today's economy. This is on you, Trump, all right? You got me beefing with Girl Scouts. This is the world we live in America, where a guy with a mullet and a mustache has beef with Girl Scouts. That's part of the system. I'm blaming it on the political environment of the world, not my insane brain. But listen, I respect the hustle, but I just can't stand when people are asking, or not even, it's almost like they're guilt tripping me into buying these cookies. Like, oh, just an adorable little kid just trying to make a living. I like how, like, I imagine that these kids are working day in and day out for these cookies. I pay my rent with these cookies, so you're gonna give me the 20. This is how my brain operates, unfortunately. But I guess that's my Girl Scout take. Another thing that fascinates me, and I can't really fathom why people are so cult-like with this company in particular, is Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A, to me, when I think about fast food, like a Girl Scout cookie, is not even near the vicinity of things that I think of, ooh, that sounds good today. I don't understand the fascination with Chick-fil-A. Now, I'll give them credit where credit's due. The chicken in itself is like relatively juicy. The problem is that there's zero seasoning on anything there. Like, I don't feel any sense of spice. Now, obviously, I'm sure there's salt and breadcrumbs and pepper flakes and everything like that. But to me, when I want fried chicken or a fried chicken sandwich, I'm going to Popeyes for their chicken sandwich. Spicy, of course, extra pickles. Sometimes they be putting way too much mayonnaise on that, and I think I'm committing a hate crime. But I don't want that much mayonnaise. But the point is, in a Popeye sandwich, tons of flavor. Jollibee, I think, is the best fried fast food chicken on the freaking planet. So much flavor. You can get regular or spicy. I recommend the spicy, though. Anything spicy, chicken flavor-wise, it's going to burn your tongue a little bit. It's going to leave you a little sweaty, especially in the summers. But it has flavor, and I think that is what ultimately is missing for me when it comes to Chick-fil-A. But then you have people that like live and die by this brand, and I just don't get it. It's okay. I would say it's on par with Wendy's. I don't think there's a big difference in quality of life when it comes to Wendy's and Chick-fil-A. At the end of the day, it's probably made in the same exact oil with very similar ingredients. But to make this all conclude, now it probably is like significantly different, but in conclusion, when it comes to Chick-fil-A, I just wish, I feel like there's potential there, but something is missing, and every time I've had Chick-fil-A, I always feel, damn, I had a chicken sandwich, but it feels like I could have had something better. Like, this is just okay. It was average at best. It's kind of like getting lunch at your fast food, or not fast food, at like your school, where they have a little chicken patty, and it's kind of like okay at best, and you got little fries on the side, a little apple. But to me, I don't get it. And I think this also relates as well when it comes to ranch, I'm going to put these in the same category. Ranch to me is vile. I don't care what kind of ranch it is. Maybe Southwest Ranch, I'll let it slide. But ranch on a basis, there's people that put ranch with everything. Stop it. You're a terrorist. You are the problem with this country and around the world. You're an alien and you're a terrorist. Extraterrestrial, of course. Because I don't get why you're putting ranch with pizza or ranch on a hot dog. I'm almost certain there's another human being on this planet that when they have oatmeal in the morning, they're putting ranch on that shit. It doesn't make any sense. Buttermilk ranch doesn't belong on anything. You know where buttermilk ranch belongs? In the trash with your Chick-fil-A, because they're not worth spending your hard-earned money on. I would say Girl Scout cookies here, Chick-fil-A ranch down there. And that's saying a lot because I got beef with all the Girl Scouts. I want all the smoke. But the idea that Chick-fil-A is this must-have fast food place that you need to go to, it's always reliable. No, it's not. It's reliable. It's almost like saying, I'm a great student, I get C's. You're average. Chick-fil-A's average. Popeyes, Jollibee, BBQ chicken, Church's chicken. Oh, the butter. Honey butter biscuits. Oh, chef's kiss. Chick-fil-A needs to know its role and shut its mouth, even on Sundays. Get the hell out of here. I don't want you Monday through Sunday. You don't belong here. Please leave. Exit the chat. I'm sick of you. You know what else I'm also sick of? This is just me being angry. I don't even say I'm angry. Another thing that something that's been incredibly frustrating to me, and this is somebody that kind of works in, I guess, around the industry in itself. So, hey, I'm still getting paid. I hate gambling and where gambling is right now because you cannot avoid it. No, how about commercials on TV, gambling. You're scrolling on TikTok, gambling. You can have like an IG reel and it's like a funny bit. It's going on. Michael Jackson's dancing and middle. All right, well, let me go play some pack draw or a rain bet. What the hell's going on here? Why am I getting ads in a 16-second video? Relax. I hate it. And not only that, but there's so many people, especially young adults back in my day, but there's so many young kids that are being kind of used and abused by these companies because ultimately they don't really know what they're doing. Like when it comes to prop bets or these like gamified betting things, right? Where they feel like, oh, every now and then I'll win or something like that. And I can listen. Here's the craziest thing. There's people like that will put money on parlays. I work with these people and parlays is the dumbest bet on the freaking planet because it sounds good on paper. Oh, I can spend $10 and make 10K. All I need is just like these 18 different things to happen. There's a shot. It's almost like playing a lottery ticket, right? But they continually do this every single day. And it's like it adds up and suddenly this kid that's working at a freaking Walmart is spending $500 on parlay bets and he hasn't hit one. But every time he does it, he's addicted to the thrill of almost getting it, right? Because you hit on 9 out of 10, but it's not enough to win the parlay, but you were this close. So you're kind of like, oh, wait, I kind of know what I'm doing. Maybe I can try it again, and then again, and then again, and then again. And then obviously a lot of these people are now addicted to gambling, and they don't even recognize that they are addicted to gambling. All they know is that when they look at their Bank of America app, they're significantly in the negative because they've been spending so much money on DraftKings or whatever freaking betting service that you plan on using. So I really feel that the US and the world needs to probably better the youth and understanding what they're doing when it comes to betting and also set limitations on these freaking ads everywhere, bro. Relax. I get it. Everyone's just trying to get a bag. Everyone's trying to make money. Can the gambling companies chill the fuck out? It's everywhere. I can be like opening a bottle of ketchup and it's going to be sponsored by steak. Why? This video, speaking of that, betterhelp.com. No, listen, I think it's very problematic and obviously people are already being affected by it and they don't notice. So I'm curious to know as well what kind of happens 10 years from now, how fully addicted these people are. Just look at the Brandon Sorsby thing. He's a college quarterback. And for those, just Google it, right? But to make things short is that he was betting on literally, he's a degenerate gambler. Like he's just nonstop, can't stop, won't stop gambling. And he's this top prospect in college football, at least probably not in the NFL, but he's a guy that just transferred to Texas Tech, big time deal. He's going to make some money. He's going to start for the Red Raiders, who put so much money in their football program, and now he's not even on the team anymore because of just the PR nightmare that was him betting on football games. What are we doing here? You were a made man. You were about to be the main guy at Texas Tech, which is throwing money at everything. They're just trying to win championships, spend as much money because they got that money like that. All you had to do was not make any bets. And you couldn't stop. Now, obviously, I hope he gets the help that he needs because he is clearly addicted. And that is probably just one of millions of cases that we are going to see in the next year, in the next 2 years, because it's not something that's actively being talked about, or it's not something that's being actively treated like a threat that on someone's mental health and their just daily life decision making. So I think it's fascinating, and I think it's unfortunate how much impact gambling has on society right now, and it's annoyingly frustrating to also have to work in an industry that kind of has a lot of ties to gambling. I mean, just sports in general, right? Like, everything's tied to sponsorships and gamblings, people. What a surprise. Now, another thing that I personally am violated by is ASMR. Now, there's only one type of ASMR I'm okay with, and that's animals. Animals are cool. But the idea of somebody getting really close to a microphone and then just going really intimate here and just, this Chick-fil-A sandwich is making me like, oh, I cannot stand like that kind of noise because it's like a joke, right? I have no problem with. But the idea of somebody chewing actively, just like a normal human being, I can't just eat like a normal meal if somebody's eating next to me and is silent. I need something playing. I need any other auditory thing going on around me, because if I hear just like and it's not even, they're not doing it on purpose. They're just eating like a normal person. Sometimes, someone will eat with their mouth open. Doesn't matter. To me, the sound of chewing, when it's not a joke, is the nastiest thing on the planet, because you hear almost every single texture that is in their mouth, and it's just sloshing around in there. And then sometimes like, that's gone. Like, I want to vomit anytime. And I can't, I need to put like an AirPod in, put the TV on, put a fan on. Literally any other noise other than hearing them. Now, if it's like the little tappy ASMR thing, I have no beef with that. Live your life. But if you're a food ASMR person, slurping some ramen noodles, eating on some fried chicken, devouring a pizza, I don't care what food you're eating. I don't care how delicious it looks. No. Please, I cannot. And then sometimes I'll just hop on my feed, or I love food videos, right? So naturally, every now and then you hear somebody just, ow, which like a crunch noise, fine. But when it starts to chewing, oh my God, I'm gonna vomit. Speaking of things that will also make me vomit, is the marshmallow people. And by marshmallow people, I mean people that eat cereals that have marshmallows in them, because I think that is almost the worst option of cereal a human being could ever eat. Now, Chex exists, right? Regular cornflakes exist, right? The idea that those are somehow better than marshmallow cereals is legit, because marshmallows do not belong in milk. It's chewy. It's kind of, and especially the marshmallows that they're using in these cereals, it's almost dusty, and it's like squishy, and it's not like even a real marshmallow. It's like, marshmallows to me are soft, delicate, chewy, and they have like this splash of sweetness, and that's why it pairs well with a graham cracker and chocolate, because it just blends together, and it's like this beautiful texture and this beautiful taste. But when it's in cereal, it's soggy, it's wet, it's still squishy, it doesn't taste good, and it's dried out. Who was that for? How do you enjoy that? Now, I get it. I've attacked all of Ireland here. Lucky Charms. A classic. A staple, if you will, for the Irish community. Lucky Charms. But that, to me, is awful. And Count Dracula, you're mixed into this too, so to the vampire community, fuck off. I don't get it. Cereal is such a beautiful art form of food. because it has this amazing coldness of milk, right? And not only does it have this amazing cold of milk that you get in each spoon, but a delicious crunch. That's why you gotta eat cereal fast. If there's people, I know people that have done this, but they actively like soggy cereal. Just like the Chick-fil-A people, just like the Girl Scouts terrorists. I cannot trust you. Because if you're eating soggy cereal, stop it. Have some oatmeal. Because that texture makes sense. Soggy Frosted Flakes, stop it. Soggy Cinnamon Toast Crunch, enough. CTC, crunchy for life. That's why when you're eating cereal, it's quick. You should almost get a stomachache immediately after because you've consumed cereal that fast. We can't have soggy cereal, and we cannot have marshmallows in cereal. And that's what I'm running for my official 2028 presidential election campaign. It makes no logical sense to me. You're unhinged. And so am I, but at least, like, I don't know, I got a mullet, I guess. It's a very awful looking mullet. Another thing that I just, a pet peeve of mine, right, is people that love the dark. Like Batman. The people that work actively in dark environments, like I love, one of my favorite things is like if you're able to sleep in one day and like you've had like a delicious sleep. I'm talking 8 hours. Oh, that sounds so good right now. But like the sun comes in, you get a nice little breeze, you hear birds chirping, and it's so bright, and you wake up to like this beautiful energy that is the morning, right? And by morning, I mean it's like 10 a.m. But it's like this beautiful morning that you get. But then there's some people that hate any ounce of light in their day. I need light to survive, is what I've noticed. Winter's tough on your boy. Rainy days, not the best for me. But when it's beautiful and bright, I smile a little bit. I feel happy, you know? It's a good feeling. And then there's also those people that don't like any ounce of bright when they're working throughout their day. It's gotta be dark, no lamps on. What the hell are we doing? Like that, I'm falling asleep. I gotta have as many lights on as possible. Otherwise, I'm falling asleep and I'm thinking about other things going on in my life. I need bright things going on because I think brightness is energy. Darkness is kind of a bit of a cloud on your boy's day. It kind of makes me a little emo, you know? BetterHelp.com. No. It just, I don't know how it's, people have different energies and some people thrive in the darkness. that is not me. Shout out to you guys. I almost feel like I don't want to provoke somebody that thrives in darkness because it sounds like a villain. But hey, you know what? You guys are great. I don't want any smoke. Another thing that I truthfully, this is a hard one to really entirely process is when it comes to music, right? Like I love all kinds of music. I've listened to music in all different types of languages: Italian, Spanish, English, Korean, French songs go hard. To me, music is a vibe. It's something that makes you feel. And there's two artists in particular that I don't know why. I understand like the hype. I get it. Millions and millions of the Roxanne, millions of people love these two. They're the favorite. They probably make the GDP of freaking the United States. Those two alone, right? But Beyonce and Taylor Swift, I don't enjoy any of their work. And like I respect the craft, right? Because if there's one thing I'm not gonna do is start beef with the Beehive and the Swifties, because I'll get doxxed. They'll cut off my limbs. I don't need the smoke. Those two K-pop stans, I will never say a bad thing about those people, because I'd like to stay alive at least for a couple more years, right? But for me, when it comes to Beyonce and Taylor Swift, I can appreciate what they're able to do. But if someone offered me a ticket to Beyonce or Taylor Swift, I'd pass. If it was free, front row. Because I feel like I'd be doing a disservice for myself and the people around me. Because I'm not going to be engaged. I'm going to be looking at my little wrist, even though I've never really worn a watch. But I'll be constantly thinking, when is this over? How can I go home? What's NJ Transit going to look like heading home? When am I going to be able to sleep? When do I get up for work? Like, it's just not going to be an enjoyable experience for me. And I like some girly pop music. I like R&B too. I like everything, except for country music, really. But for some reason, it just doesn't click for me. It doesn't vibe me, especially Queen. Fuck Queen, by the way. The entire band of Queen, fuck off, okay? We Are the Champions, what a joke. That to me, Queen, the most overrated, overhyped, overvalued, trashy ass piece of crap music, all right? I cannot fathom the voice of Bohemian Rhapsody in my ear ever again. Now, this sounds like a personal shot at Queen. It's not personal. It's because I've heard so much Queen music in my life, I'd rather get hit by a bus. Them, 21 Pilots, the worst musicians on the planet. I never want to hear a single thing from them ever again in my life. It's awful. It's terrible. I hate it. There's genuine disgust and hate towards and I'll never meet them because a lot of them are dead. But to me, it just, I would say I would rather watch Beyonce and Taylor Swift than those two. I'd rather get hit by a bus than watch that. All right. I guess there's so many things on this list. What is wrong with me? I guess we'll close out with a couple more very quick takes, right? Boats, helicopters, don't need them. Why? Makes no sense. Boats, we've seen the Titanic. We've seen so many boats just vanish into the ocean. Why are we taking that risk? If you're going to go on a boat, small body of water, you don't need to take a giant cruise ship across the freaking coast and suddenly you're photographing bats and you got hantavirus because a rat bit you. Like, what are we doing? Take a second and think about what you just did. You went on a cruise ship and you started playing with bats and rats and trash? Huh? Who is that for? That's not appealing. Secondly, helicopters. If there's one thing, and this is even a joke, this is an actual observation, is when it comes to helicopters and people and safety, it seems like a recipe for disaster because the amount of public figures that have passed away from helicopter crashes, why even risk it? Now I get it. Like, the statistics on probably helicopter crashes and car crashes significantly different, and I get into my car every single day and driving from point A to point B to point C to point A, right? I get it. But for some reason, it feels like the level of, like, I guess high profile deaths as well when it comes to helicopters is so significantly high. It's almost as if I would never get into a helicopter or one of those small private planes because they always go down. Take a bus ride, take a train, take a car, take a commercial plane, JetBlue. Use my promo code. No. But to me, it's like those two things, the amount of horror stories that you hear, it's almost like pay attention a little bit, right? Like, don't take that risk because life is so fragile, you know? Cheesecake, don't really even feel like it deserves much details here. Hate it. Awful. Friends, Big Bang Theory, speak for themselves. I guess we'll close out with that one. Friends and Big Bang Theory, a lot of major TV shows, right? There's something in particular where Friends, I've tried so many times to find the appeal. I just don't think I'm the target demographic for Friends because I just, everything about it is just so unenjoyable. And it's not even like, oh, that's a Gen Z guy just being angry about things in the past. No, because I love Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, Boy Meets World, other shows that were on in the 80s or the 90s, Family Matters, the George Lopez show, which is probably 2000s, but you get the point. Is that I like TV shows. I love sitcoms. The art of the sitcom, I feel, has probably been lost a little bit. Maybe we've just evolved over sitcoms at this point. But when it comes to Friends and the Big Bang Theory, it just makes me cringe. It's almost the equivalent of chewing in my ear. It makes me just other things that were on this list that I won't go into details is TikTok, people who hate cilantro, cheesecake. That's the list. Hopefully that was enjoyable. I don't know what the value is of listening to Mullet Man rant for about 24 minutes, but either way, thank you guys for watching. I feel like I'm about to vomit, but my microphone is about to die, so that's why I was like, I need to finish this video. But anyways, guys, thank you guys for watching. Like, comment, subscribe to those YouTube things. We'll be back for another video, maybe even 2 next week. And if you're seeing this on a random Thursday in 2028, how's it going?